first let me open the terminal. So we're going to dig into this is one more thing, nginx, that is the default server that I have created. In future I'll create a separate tutorial for this, how we can configure nginx and how this works. So first let's create a directory called Sass, and let's open this into. Okay, in this case I am using Microsoft Visual Studio. This code editor I recommend because I am using it for a while and it's working as expected. So first of all we need to create npm init. Make sure you have a Node.js installed in your PC. So let it this way only. After typing npm init, let's go with the basic and press yes. This will create a package.json file, and this file is responsible for tracking or keeping the information of all the modules that you are using in your project. So first of all we need to install a package. For this we need Gulp. So this is what I'm going to do. Mm, I'm installing Gulp. You will take this as an development environment for the beginners, those who want to create a simple, robust Sass or list-based environment using Gulp, that you can compile your Sass or list file into CSS. Now use npm install, save Gulp Sass. We're going to create a very simple example. This would be the series of videos that I am going to cater n number of CSS problems that we can resolve. Same environment I am going to use in the future tutorials as well. Till the time being it's getting installed, let me create the index file, index.html, and now simply we're going to create the HTML tags. CSS examples. I believe this will get installed. Okay, great. Now we have all the related modules installed over here. What we have installed: Gulp and Gulp Sass. Yes, these two got installed. Now first we need to create a file called gulpfile.js. This is the file responsible for compiling the Sass into Sass into CSS file. JS. Two folders we're going to create is called Sass folder called CSS. We're going to create a new file, not this one. In this one, the file called. Seems like my keyboard is running faster than me. Good. Now we are good to go. Simply we're going to write one more thing for the testing. Just a simplification of that one. And same this file, the style.css file, we're going to import into this one. This would be under CSS. Simple as that. Now go to the Gulp file, and here we're going to write our code, how we want to use it. Most important thing is that whenever you use it, the whatever the package that we have installed, we need to import it over here. For importing those packages, we need to use a keyword called require. So similarly, we're going to use it where gulp equal to require gulp, and similarly we go with the gulp sass. Gulp sass. Okay, now we are good to go. You need to remember the gulp is a task base. To each of the tasks we create, accordingly we need to associate how you want to run this task. So first of all, we're going to create a simple task. Gulp.task. This is a keyword that we're going to use it. In this case, this keyword I am going to use styles. You can use it any name. In this case, I am using styles. So while calling this a style task, this will get called. Okay, this function get called. The one which we have, the one which we are creating. Simply we can do that. Go with this, and we can do the one thing. We can run it. Console.log. We are calling this one. Very simple and straight. Okay. Test. Simple as that. Now we need to call this task. How we can call this task? By default, we need to call it. Suppose we have a styles, right? We're going to go it over here and type gulp task. Because you need to make sure that gulp should be installed globally, but this case I am not doing that, because what happened, sometimes you're going to share this project with other people, the modules or packages that you are installing globally. Sometimes you will miss it. So others might be having issue running this one. So I also do that, install locally. So whatever the things we are using, we can use it. Gulp task. We are using it. Now simply we need to run npm start. Boom. Oh, task is not the one which we have created called styles, right? Sty alias styles. Come over here, npm run. Good. See, now the test is printed. That means our file is working fine. The next thing is, well, now we need to incorporate the Sass logic, the Sass file that we need to compile. So we can do that writing gulp.src. src is the source where your files are located. In this case, if you see this one, the style.scss, right? The file called. So we're going to mark it Sass Sass. Now we don't need pipe. Pipe is a pipe used over here. Suppose a function it is being concatenated or run after this one. Whenever something is got compiled or something happen or impacted the styles.css style, right? Style.css. What it does, this pipe will be getting impacted. In this file, what we are going to do, pipe, we are going to check for errors. If there is any error, we are going to make sure it should work fine. So we are going to do that. Dot on error, comma, log error. Simple as that. Now, if there is an error, this error will show up. If there will be an error, if if there would be any error, this will fire up, or else it should compile to the CSS file. Where it should go? It should go to the CSS file. Right? Simple as that. No issue. I have saved it. Now I'm going to run it again. Boom. If I see that the files got compiled and the CSS file is created. If we have in this gulp file.js, if we have not mentioned any file this one, if we have not mentioned any destination file name, what happened? Whatever the style name that I have been inserted into the source default, it will pick that name and add the extension called CSS and put into the destination folder. Now this is the first approach, right? But what we need is to make sure this should run automatically. We not need to means suppose if I'm going to make any changes over here. Red, I'll go to red. Again I need to come over here and compile it. Right? This is not appropriate. As soon as we make changes, it should compile. So what we're going to do, we're going to create another set of tasks called gulp.task. There is a register keyword called default. We're going to use it called default and function. What happened within this default function? We're going to register a watch. Now what happened within this default function? We're going to Make sure the file that we are targeting at, it should be watched. As soon as we're going to make any changes, it should be compiled. So similarly, we're going to do it over here. Gulp.watch. And what it should watch? It should watch this one. Okay. As soon as it's watched and detect any changes, we're going to call it this styles. So compile this one, right? So what happens as soon as we make any changes to this file, it will call this function, this task, and it get compiled automatically. Now we not need to run anything, right? So go to this package.json. We're going to remove this gulp. Just need to call gulp. If you mention the default keyword over here, you not need to mention anything else. Gulp followed by the the parameter or task we need to call. So we are not doing that because what happening in the default it will call by default as soon as we call the gulp keyword, and this task got put into the watch mode. So this is what we're going to do. Save it over here, run npm start. Good. Now it's watching. As soon as we change blue, see it's got watched. It's changed, right? Blue. If I change it to green, see it's got compiled. Green. So now we have an environment for Sass where we're going to means we able to compile that to specific CSS. But why we need this? Why we need this? What we call the Sass? What happened in the Sass based? It provides us the flexibility. We can write our code in a oops based concept. The function we can write and reusable assets we can write in Sass. So we can same code that we write once, and we while compiling we can use the same pattern or logic again and again for creating different style patterns. Suppose you have created a simple class and you need to use three parameters, three properties, okay, similar the one which you are using in the other class. So what happening, you just need to create a mixin over there. Mixin is a keyword in Sass or less. So we're going to use that pattern if we required. So let me give you an example with this one, not in the mixin, but simple example. Suppose we are creating a class, right? We are creating a class called button. This button we are creating a width property, and we are creating a function, the inbuilt function for this class called percentage, and we going to name it 4 divided by 5. Okay. See, now I'm getting error. Why I'm getting error? Due to this one. Remember this condition we have put up. It's showing as an error. So what we need to do is needs to be passed as a number. We're going to remove this. As soon as we compile, boom, it got compiled. And the number it's supposed to be coming, it's come fine. 80. Right? An issue? So this is the way how we can do it in Sass. Hopefully it will be clear to you. Similar in similar pattern in future I'm going to create more and more video tutorial for this in Sass or less based. Now let's move ahead with the less. So how are we going to do with the less? If we have done with the Sass, right? So now create another folder called less. Now similarly we're going to create a file over here as well in the less style dot less, and for the time being I'm going to comment this one less. I'm calling it less. This is calling to Sass. We're going to use it. Okay. This is less style dot less less. Okay. Now what happened? As soon as we're going to write something over here, called body font size column 20 pixel. We have created this. So what we're going to do? First of all, we need to install the npm install -f save gulp. Less simple as that. Install this one. Boom. This one is done. Similarly, we're going to over here. Same pattern, the one which we are using, same, absolutely. No need to change anything. Similar as that, we're going to use it over here. Let's pass it over here. Okay, same. Now what we're going to do, instead of this one, this less less, and we call it less. Okay, this one is called up. Simple as that. Now running to start. Good. Now we're good to go. If we see this one styles, no, it is not detecting the changes. The one which we have mentioned, we have mentioned styles. It should be style, right? Rename style. Okay. 20, 30. Yeah, now it's done. Good. Now we are good to go. So things are coming fine. Similarly, if you want to use in our HTML, we can use it with no issue. Style or CSS. Right. This is for test. Now we going to run it. Localhost slash less. See, this is coming fine. Now I'm going to go over here less and change it to 40. Sorry, make it 50, and the color equal to red. Now we're going to compile it, refresh, boom. Now the things are coming fine. So this is the way how you can do it in very simple manner, creating a dev environment for compiling less or Sass into CSS file. There are a number of modules that we can use it with more flexibility, that we can target what are the browser we are targeting at, minimization, uglification, all those things. This is like I said earlier, this is the series of videos I am going to create for the CSS. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Ciao.